Japanese pianist Yuji Ohno wrote, arranged, and recorded numerous soundtracks during the 1970s, including one 1978 film that translates to Proof of the Wild, apparently a war movie. And from that soundtrack, the number Uniform of Fear. Okay, rather melodramatic from the outset, and in like a like minor, just and moving like half steps up and down. Okay, that horn chart right there is basically what's going to characterize this piece. I like those synthesizers, kind of like wheezy. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I love those kind of horn arrangements. Very characteristic of a lot of anthemic type themes from this period. Capital City comes to mind. I love how that synthesizer is interacting with that Latin percussion. Yeah, a slightly disco chromatic progression here. Yeah, I love how that guitar is like interacting with it, or how it's keeping pace. That like light clipped guitar with amid the. I love how certain instruments are like playing really staccato. Others are more like flowing. Oh, that was a great plunge right there into a completely unexpected key center. Oh, I love how that keyboard is interacting, that Moog with the... Beautiful setting. What kind of settings are those? Yeah, that was a really welcome change of key. I just you didn't expect it to go into like those minors and that throwing in that G. Unfortunately, I cannot find the credits on this playing, but I assume it's like people that he worked with in the Electro Keyboard Orchestra, among other projects. Some of the suspects on a lot of these Japanese jazz funk albums of the time period. Now that's quite a solo right there. Yeah, I'd be curious to identify the person responsible. Appreciate the purity of that tone. Oh, that glissando right there with that electric piano. And then we have a slight rhythmic dropout. We just got the kind of like Latin touches, and we got those rising, open cadence sustains amid that. It's chimes, that's a great touch. thing that comes to mind is the theme to Chips. That kind of clipped, clean guitar bit that we're hearing throughout this section would become more of a fixture on a lot of 80s pop. Oh, and this is just like pure 70s heaven, that sound right there. Amid these key beds, yeah. Um, heck, the theme to Rockford Files comes to mind, but then again, several like jingles from the time period also. That sound, that exact like Moog sound is also it's similar to the sound that the band Starbuck were using. I don't know if Yuji Ohno was responsible for the original Chips theme, but in 1981, there is a soundtrack album to the series credited to him with what sounds has always sounded to me as the exact same recording that had been used in the show since it premiered in 1977. So I think recorded a few years earlier. So perhaps recorded around the same time as this, if not beforehand. Yeah. Oh, appreciate that solo right there. Oh, the period tone, the way it's just like fluttering and so effortlessly moving up. Well, not effortlessly. It takes a lot of virtuosity to control them in like that, but the way it just flows. And don't lose sight also of that little sparkling electric piano that's just kind of like throwing notes here and there. I wish I knew who was playing that. Yeah, great solo right there to take us to the fade out. Uniform of Fear, arranged by Yuji Ohno for the soundtrack to the 1978 movie. Yeah, that I just Proof of the Wild. Yeah, one of many soundtracks. His name was seemed to be on about 2 to 3 albums per year. Starting in 1976 thereabouts. Yeah, after his involvement with yeah, a few months ago I covered another thing he was involved in with that from that 1974 album Spiced with Brazil that he did with Sonia Rosa and yeah, and as I said, also he was part of that supergroup, jazz funk supergroup, electro keyboard orchestra, and many other things. Has 292 credits according to Discogs. He was also involved with that eccentric Japanese pop singer Joe, who I've yet to really explore, kind of a pantomime type figure. Yeah, and also like involved on 70s era albums by like Yoshiko Sai. Yeah. Anyway, For more rubies and sapphires from the catalog of Yuji Ohno, see the directory of albums by Japanese artists linked in the description below. For red hot tracks and purples from over 800 Japanese albums, or albums from the Far East, let's see, mostly, about 90% of which are from Japan. There's also some albums from like South Korea, the Philippines, and Indonesia thrown in there. But yeah, Japan, a very active nation during the 70s and 80s, yeah. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the track we just heard, the layers, the interplay, the nuances, the harmonics, the counterpoint, yeah, the soloing, what was the best moment, the most intense passage, the most compelling passage, the most captivating sound effect used in the keyboard arsenal. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most air-traveled Tron X-Must, signing off.